right, so we're diving deep today into something I think a lot of people struggle with, and that is how to effectively use Google Ads to
Yeah,
really grow your business.
right.
We're looking at a piece called Axies Unfiltered, Why Google Ads Alone Won't Win the Race. And it's interesting because it draws a parallel to something I think is pretty cool, and that's
I'll
a
say.
Porsche garage, right?
Okay.
So the question is, are Google Ads really enough to guarantee you success, or is there more to it?
Mm.
A lot of people think Google Ads will give them that like instant turbo boost.
Yeah, that quick ROI.
Right.
You pour in some money and boom, you've got a ton of customers.
Exactly.
And it can work that way sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think what's really interesting and what this piece kind of highlights is that for a lot of businesses, just relying on Google Ads
Hmm.
might only get them to like a break-even point.
Yeah, like having a Porsche
Right.
stuck in first gear.
You got all that power right there,
Yeah,
but you're just burning fuel.
you're not really going anywhere. Yeah, and that fuel is your ad spend, right?
Exactly.
So what's the takeaway here?
Well, the piece argues that you got to build a full machine,
Right.
not just rely on the Google Ads engine.
So what are some of the other components of this machine?
It mentions email marketing as being super important
Okay.
for nurturing those leads you get.
Right.
Also building brand trust.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, so that you have customers coming back for more, not just that one-time purchase.
And that's what we all want, right? Those
Absolutely.
repeat customers.
And then having really solid operational systems,
Right.
being able to deliver on what you promise,
Yeah, that's key.
and then word-of-mouth referrals.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really like a whole ecosystem.
I mean, think about it in your own business right now.
Yeah.
How strong are each of those things? Do
Yeah.
you have those dialed in?
And the article points out that there are two main ways businesses approach customer acquisition.
Okay. I'm interested to hear this.
One is what they call the easy route.
Easy usually means expensive.
Well, yeah, it's basically just throwing more money at Google Ads.
Right. More money, more customers.
Right, thinking if they just spend enough, they'll hit those growth targets.
Right.
But then there's what they call the better route.
Okay. Tell me more about this better route.
This is where you're actually building a brand
Okay.
that resonates with people, creating real loyalty.
So it's not just about getting that click
No, it's about what happens after the click.
and making them want to come back again and again.
Exactly.
That sounds a lot harder, though.
It can be,
Yeah.
but it's much more rewarding in the long run.
I think it's important to tie this back to something we talk about a lot, and that's understanding your marketing spend.
Yeah.
And the source emphasizes this too.
Mm-hmm.
Acquiring a new customer is often the most expensive part.
It really is.
It's like the most expensive gear in your toolbox.
The highest gear. Yeah.
And it's so much more efficient to keep the customers you already have,
Right.
encourage them to come back and buy again.
That's where the real magic
Yeah.
happens.
And that's a sustainable strategy, right?
Absolutely.
So we know Google Ads alone aren't enough.
Mm-hmm.
What else did the piece say that these successful businesses have in common?
Well, they tend to get a lot of referrals and repeat business.
Makes sense.
They often have in-house marketing expertise,
Okay.
guiding their overall strategy, not just focusing on those individual ad campaigns.
That's a good point.
And crucially, their internal systems are really efficient.
So they can actually handle all those new customers.
Exactly. They're ready for that growth.
That's something important for our listeners to think about.
Definitely.
Think about how you can optimize those things in your own business.
Right. It's not just about getting the traffic from Google Ads.
Yeah.
It's what happens when those people arrive at your website.
Do you have the systems in place to make them happy?
Are they going to have a good experience?
Are they going to become loyal customers?
And ultimately, are they going to tell their friends about you?
It all comes back to that full machine analogy, right?
Exactly. Google Ads is the engine.
A powerful engine, but it needs the whole car to
You
function.
need the chassis, the
Yeah.
transmission, the steering.
It's everything working together
Seamless
for that real high performance.
to win the race.
So to sum up our deep dive today,
Google Ads can be super valuable.
for getting that visibility.
Getting those potential customers in the door.
But it's not the only thing.
It's just one piece of the puzzle.
You need a whole strategy,
Building your brand
fostering that loyalty,
and making sure your operations are top-notch,
all working together.
in harmony.
So I'm going to leave you with this.
Okay.
Think about your own business vehicle
Mm-hmm.
and what area beyond just that Google Ads engine
Right.
could really use some attention
Some fine-tuning.
to get that precision, power, and performance you're looking for.
That's the key.
That's how you win the race.
All right, let's get out there and build those machines.
I like it.
Sounds good to me. All right, until next time on The Deep Dive.
See you then.